What's up guys, TechGeek11 here, and welcome to part 2 of my Hackintosh series. Now in this video I'm going to be covering component research and also creating your UniBeast USB installer drive. Now research is very important when you're doing this because you need to make sure that you choose parts that are going to work. It's not like just building a normal PC where you pick the ones that you can afford and they're going to work with Windows. You need to pick ones that not only you can afford but also that will work with OS X. Now the best way to do this is open up your favourite internet browser and head on over to TonyMacX86.com. I will drop the link to this in the video description. Basically the guys over here at TonyMacX86 are the guys that pretty much allowed Mac OS to be run on non-Apple based hardware all the way back to 10.2 I think maybe was the first one. I'm not quite sure what the name of that release was. But the most common ones have been Snow Leopard Lion and Mountain Lion, and this website just gives you guides on UniBeast for Mountain Lion, UniBeast for Lion, and iBoot, which was for Snow Leopard. The forum, you click on here, installation, so there you got Mountain Lion desktop support, Snow Leopard desktop support, Lion desktop support, post install, so all your tweaks, and the tools that you use to install OS X and get all your hardware working. So what you need to do basically is research. Once you've chosen components that you can afford, you then need to come over to the TonyMacX86 site and just check to see if other people have had experience with that hardware, what their experiences are, if they've got it to work, if not, just so that you have a rough idea of how things are going to go when you try and install Mac OS X yourself, or OS X if you're installing Mountain Lion. As I say, this is the best way to do your research. Also you can acquire the components from any component seller, so I use Novatech here in the UK, or you could use Amazon or Newegg or Craigslist or whatever if you're in the US. But as I say, this is the best place to do your research. And they also have articles on the updates as they come out. I'm not sure what page one of them would be on, but obviously 10.8.1 and 10.8.2 have come out, so they've got articles on those updates telling you what you need to do if they just work straight away, if they don't, and the problems that people have had. So once you've done your research and you've got your components, obviously you need to put them together just like any other PC. There's nothing special about doing it for a Hackintosh. You just build the PC, obviously, and then you're going to need something to install Mac OS X with. Now for this you use a tool called UniBeast. So if you go over to resources here on the TonyMacX86 site, and you can go on downloads here, and then you see MultiBeast. Now this is dependent on what you're going to be installing. For tutorial purposes I'm going to be doing Mountain Lion, as I've been using Mountain Lion for a while. So you just click there, MultiBeast Mountain Lion 5.1.2, not MultiBeast, sorry. Scroll, UniBeast here, sorry. So there's UniBeast Lion, UniBeast Mountain Lion. So I'm just going to go on UniBeast Mountain Lion here, 1.5.3, and you can go ahead and click download here. Now I already have UniBeast on my machine here. It should be 1.5.3. Yeah, there you go, there, 1.5.3. So let's open that and just put that down. Just minimize that for now. Now obviously for this you're going to need a USB flash drive. So I have this one right here. This is a Kingston 16GB drive that I got for free with my motherboard. So what I'm going to do is just whack that into my keyboard. Or try and put that into my keyboard, there we go. And here you go, it's come up here, Mountain Lion installer. Obviously this is because it's already got a Mountain Lion installer on it, but I'm just going to do this as if it was blank. So what we're going to need to do is fire up disk utility, and we're going to go and click the 16GB drive here. Obviously you'll need, this will be different depending on what USB stick you're using. So I'm just going to go ahead and click here. I'm going to head over to the partition tab. I'm going to do one partition. You want it as Mac OS Extended Journaled, and you can call it whatever you like. I'm just going to call it what it was called before, installer. And the most important thing here is you want to make sure that if you go into options down here, you need it to be set to master boot record. Now obviously you're going to be using this to boot OS 10 installer, but this must be set as master boot record for this to work. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply, and that's going to erase the partition and then create a new partition. Shouldn't take too long. There you go, it's done. So now that's done, it's going to fire up UniBeast. See, I already had it running, and just going to go continue. Now you can, if you want, print off the instructions, but to be honest it's not that difficult. Obviously if you just give this a quick read. You're going to need, before we start this, you are going to need the OS 10 Mountain Lion app. So you're going to need a working OS 10 installation or a real Mac to do this. Well, excuse me, to do this part of the process you're going to need either a real Mac or a working Hackintosh installation or a virtual machine or any kind of OS 10 installation. So let's go ahead and click continue again, and continue again, and agree. Now this, want to make sure that you select the flash drive that you just formatted, and you also need to make sure that your install OS 10 Mountain Lion app is in your applications folder. As you can see, I've got it there, and just as I say, click Mountain Lion installer, click continue. Now personally I'm not using a laptop, so I don't need to check this. Give this a read, and if that applies to you then obviously check the box, but it doesn't apply to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and click continue again. And it says it will take 7.7 meg, but it won't. It will take up about 4 gig ish, about 4 or 5 gigabyte. And I'm going to go ahead and click install, type in my password, and that will work away. Now it looks like it's going to only take a few minutes, but this is going to take some time, so I will come back once this process is done. Right guys, I am back, and as you can see the installation for UniBeast has completed. So if I go over to my USB here, as you can see it looks as if all it's done is copy the app, but it's done a few other things which I won't get into as you don't really need to know them. So now all that allows is that you can then now boot from this, just close that, you can now boot from this USB drive and install Mountain Lion from the USB drive. What you'll also need to do is have a partition on your hard drive or a blank hard drive to install Mountain Lion too. So again, I'm going to load up disk utility, and this is my hard drive here, so go partition, and let's carve off, I don't know, say 50 gig, and I'm just going to call this tutorials. I'm going to delete it afterwards, so I'll just click apply. Basically this is just creating this partition here which I'm going to use to install Mountain Lion onto in the tutorial. Saves me having to restore my working installation. This may take some time. As you can see there it says checking catalogue file. Oh, excuse me. Now normally this doesn't take too long, the times I've done it before. So let's see. My hard drive lights flickering away. Oh, there you go. And as you can see there, it's come up on my desktop tutorial. So that's that section of the series done, guys. My next video is going to be on installing OS 10 mounted line onto this newly formatted drive, so watch out for that. Please subscribe to my channel, it means a lot, and keep you updated for my future videos. And also please feel free to leave a comment on this video of what you've enjoyed and maybe what I can do better. And please hit that like button, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.